Hello. So this is a new updated code with the DAG-based implementation for the agent, which is directed acyclic graph. So here we will be activating multiple agents based on their skills, based on the query that has been fired, and all the different skills being fired, including the formatter will generate the final result. So what we'll do, we'll fire the first 5 queries and see how the results are being generated, and then we will take a fan out problem and see how the multiple researcher fan outs take place based on the query, and then we will see how the critic agent works, and then we will update the coder file, which is the new skill that has been added but not yet implemented, and finally we will add a new skill to the orchestration and see how it behaves based on the query. So let me take the first 5 queries and see how the outputs are being generated. For that, we have to first activate the gateway. Here we activated the gateway and it is up and running at port 8108. And then we will take the first query and fire it. So ideally, this is a very simple query where we are prompting hello to the agent, and it does not need any specific skill to answer it, just the planner will invoke the formatter and the output should get generated. Let's see. Whenever a new session is being created for a particular query, you can see the sessions are being updated here. You can see that planner and formatter managed to answer this query, and the answer is hello, how can I help you today? Now let's take the second query. Here we are making a web search, and here we can see the planning is done and the researcher is also done. Finally, the structured output is generated by the distiller, and finally the formatter will generate the readable format of the answer. So we can see the person was born on this date and he passed away on this date, and finally the 3 contributions he made are listed in numerical bulleted format. Now let's take the third one. Here we are trying to find the populations of 3 different cities, and we are trying to find which one out of those 3 are closest in size. So first is trying to find it in the memory if the answer already exists. If it does not, then it will ask the planner to create a graph-based setup based on the skills that are needed to get the answer for this query. So you can see the memory is stored here. Yeah, so it captures all the queries that we have asked and how the orchestration was done. This is the second query, and it also has embeddings, so that's why it is looking for memory first for the third one, and currently it is looking for the answer in the stored memory, and let's see if it gets the answer. Planner will see whether the answer can be directly generated by the formatter or it needs to activate other skills to get the answer. So it actually invoked 3 researchers to get the answer for each different cities, and so it says that the available only contain the ranking information regarding the quality of the potential data sources, and this is the final answer it provided. Now let's take the fourth query. Here we are trying to find the content of a file which does not exist. So ideally, it should try to search for the file and say that the file does not exist. Let's see. It invoked the planner, and so it directly reaches out to formatter because that's a simple job to do. Does not need any kind of special task, and it simply says that the file does not exist. Now let's go to the final query. Here we are trying to get the populations and the growth rate, and we have to figure out the city which is growing the fast among the three cities that are listed in the question: Lagos, Cairo, and Kinshasa. So for some reason, this got this is the fifth query where we are trying to find the current population and growth rates of three different cities, and we have to tell which one is growing fastest among the three. So planner worked. It has created the plan. So this invoked the researcher. Researcher has got three answers now. Probably the formatter will come in place, and first the ranker will come in place, and then it will give a formatted output using the formatter. Yeah, ranker came and the formatter gives the output. Where it is the smallest, it is the fastest growing city. So in summary, it also gives the summary. So here we will be filing the fifth query, and let's see what the answer is. So this is the plan. Uh, we have one researcher which will be doing its job. So in fact, there are three researchers and one ranker, sorry. And we have got five great ideas based on analysis, and we have got the scoring as well. This is coming from the new skill that is ranker. Now we'll check how we can demonstrate the critic skill being activated. So let me just start from the beginning. And we are expecting this to break, and critic should fail this, and which will lead to the reinvocation of the planner to invoke that same skill again. So you can see that the critic fail recovery has happened, which is leading to the planner being invoked again. And this is how the critic invocation is happening. And about the coder skill, we have added the coder skill here. You can see it in the prompts. We have described it in a way that should extract the code string from the JSON output, and it writes that the string was written to main.py in a fresh temp directory. It runs this. This is the coder skill that we have created. And regarding the new skill that we have added, so the new skill is the ranker skill. So currently we do not have any scoring logic for any of the comparison queries where, let's say, if we want to find the best three laptops available. So there is no ranking mechanism or the scoring mechanism present today. So with the introduction of this ranker skill, so let's say if I want to find or do a comparison between three different laptops based on, let's say, the pricing on different criterias. So this ranker skill will help me identify, so the current code base will only give me the result of best three laptops. It will not rate them based on how they score better and which one is the best. So with the help of this ranker skill, we will be able to find the best laptop that is available and why it is the best and where it edges out in comparison to the rest. So that is it. And if you want to check how we can invoke this, so we have this query. So let me just quickly take this query and we are making a comparison. So in this case, I'm expecting that it should invoke the ranker skill somehow and get the correct answer for us. So you can see that planner is being executed and ideally it should. So basically it has invoked three researchers, 1, 2, and 3, and they are done with their. Finally, I'm expecting that the ranker should be invoked. And you can see how the comparison, a great answer has been generated, and you can see that how they are rated. So this is command line, so you can not see, you're not able to see the formatted table, but this is how the answer looked like. It has rated it based on the cost, latency, and the compliance and the total score. So the queued rent, it says it is the best one because the answer asks recommend only one. So this is how the ranker skill will work. Thank you.